Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Irungu Kang'ata yesterday officially joined Linda Wananchi. And the first thing Irungu Kang'ata did was to make a request to Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino and James Orengo. And the request was simple. Join Rigathi Gachagua.
Ile imesema nije ni support hawa vijana. Kwanza nimeambia huyu rafiki yangu Sifuna wakiwa na Babu na Orengo watafuta wa Munyoro. Si ndio? Watafuta nani? Watafuta nani? Mimi hakuna kitu nataka. I only want a better Kenya. A better?
Why do you think he made that request? Because you all know that Mount Kenya is purely a DCP zone. Why would Irungu Kang'ata, a sitting governor, opt for a party or a political formation which is not really the dominant party in that region?
Ni kweli ajenda yetu ni moja. Ajenda yetu ni one term. Leo Sifuna amekuwa mjini Thika katika ngome langu la kisiasa na timu yake. Wamekaribishwa kama wafalme. Wametoka Thika wameenda pale Githurai ambaye ndio kiingilio ya Mlima Kenya. Hapo ndio ukiingia Mlima Kenya lazima ufike hapo. Wamekaribishwa kama wafalme. Kwa sababu ile wanasema watu ya huko ndio wanasema. Sifuna na watu yake wanasema one term, watu ya Mlima wanasema one term. Kwa hivyo wamekaribishwa vizuri sana. Kama wangekuja mambo ya two term wangetolewa mbio.
In this video, I want us to analyze what the move by Irungu Kang'ata to join Linda Wananchi actually means. But first of all, I want to ask some two questions. Who benefits the most from the move by Irungu Kang'ata not to join DCP, but to join Linda Wananchi? Is it Sifuna? Is it Uhuru? Or is it Rigathi? Or is it William Ruto? Who benefits the most? And the second question which I want to ask, what is Irungu Kang'ata's game plan ahead of 2027 politics? Because there's no way Irungu Kang'ata can just wake up one day and decide to join Linda Wananchi and not DCP. Before we get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And with the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin this video by asking you guys a question. Why do you think Irungu Kang'ata refused to join DCP? Because earlier today, during an interview on Inoro FM, he was actually asked that question.
Well, by the way, strictly speaking, the Doma kiama kia UDA twajiri hau tondu oroa kuma kiama kuma go thutha, isn't it? Uria ndaugire ri ndikaruga
Ndaririkana uria ogire
wanyita koguo ni ndie ndirauga ikiama kiria ngeka ate
ukarugama nakio
kiria ngarugama nakio not UDA. Understand?
Hihi ni kiriko?
Okay, dituete no wega ngeri horo wa mani ati DCP itu ni popular mo ya ucio ni oguo horo wa ya no ndiri ndirakinya ha gutua ni ha
niguo.
But he gave an explanation that DCP is actually the dominant party, but Sifuna's group Linda Wananchi has prospects. So who benefits the most and why did he make the move? And for me, my interpretation of Irungu Kang'ata's move are as follows. Number one, there's a hidden hand in this whole thing. For those who follow the ODM, for those who've been following Linda Wananchi very closely, you will all agree that initially Linda Wananchi was a splinter group within ODM party. But as we speak, can you talk of Linda Wananchi as a splinter group of ODM party? No. As we speak, Linda Wananchi has actually outgrown ODM factions. and it has gained its identity beyond ODM. Because in an ordinary circumstance, there is no way Irungu Kang'ata can defect from UDA to join ODM. Which tells you one thing, that Edwin Sifuna and the group have already moved away from ODM party. And that was very clear during yesterday's rally. Apart from Edwin Sifuna, who mentioned that he's still speaking as the Secretary General of ODM party, do you want to convince me, let us just be fair, do you want to convince me that Irungu Kang'ata can refuse to join DCP and move to ODM? No. The truth is, from yesterday, Edwin Sifuna and the group now escalated their faction. And they're keen, they're now expanding it beyond ODM party. That's number one, and that's very important, politically speaking. Number two, there is the emergence of a serious third force. And that's why I began by asking you guys, who benefits from this move? For you to understand who benefits from this move, you need to look at politics holistically. Irungu Kang'ata has joined her. Yesterday, I predicted that the next person is likely to be Linda Nyoro. And of course, my insiders within Linda Wananchi are telling me that they also have a big win or a big catch from the coastal region. So apart from Ndindi, the other guy they're targeting, who has already made up his mind and is joining them, is Matiang'i. Now, if you are keen, and that's why I'm saying a serious third force, there is the UDA or Kenya Kwanza ODM. Then there is the united opposition, led by Rigathi, Matiang'i, and Kalonzo. Then there is this Linda Wananchi, who are expected to join the united opposition. But take this to the bank. They're not going to team up. They're going to form a strong third force. Because let us take the case of Mount Kenya, because it's unfolding right in your eyes. You don't need to ask anybody. You just need to follow. In Kiambu, Rigathi Gachagua already identified a candidate for the governor. Matiang'i is not that candidate. He unveiled him the other day. So it means there is no way Matiang'i can join DCP, because DCP has already identified a candidate. Linda Nyoro is likely to join Linda Wananchi and potentially become the running mate. It's not going to join through DCP. That's something I want you guys to take to the bank. Which means in the mountain, Sifuna's group are creating another center of power away from Rigathi, because Rigathi will not be on the ballot, but now they are creating their own center of power. If you go to Kisii, Matiang'i is the main guy. But you can clearly tell that they've allowed Matiang'i's guys inside Linda Wananchi. But Rigathi Gachagua's guys are not in Linda Wananchi. We all know that Rigathi is supporting Kalonzo. So let us wait and see. But I strongly believe that these guys have realized that their movement has grown. That their movement has grown. And they can actually win the presidency. So they are going solo and at their own pace. Number three, there is the Mount Kenya factor, which is now taking shape in Linda Wananchi. Why do you think Sifuna is pursuing Mount Kenya? I read somewhere where someone was suggesting that, James Orengo addressed a huge crowd in Thika. But if elections were held today and Orengo were in the ballot, he would not get 1,000 votes, while he addressed more than 10,000 people. So I'm looking at Mount Kenya politics in this move by Irungu Kang'ata. So someone is igniting fire in Mount Kenya. I don't know who's going to burn. But importantly is a question. And you could answer it or just pass. Who is funding Linda Wananchi? Maybe they are self-funded. But if you know or if you suspect who is funding them, let me read in the comment section. Maybe they are self-funded. But who does this guy support? But the most important question, who does this guy, in case there's someone supporting or funding Linda Wananchi, who does this person support for the presidency? Yeah, another important question. Because we are asking the question of who is funding Linda Wananchi. Of course, they can self-fund or someone could be funding them. Let's give them the benefit of doubt that they are self-funding. But let's assume someone is funding them. So if someone is funding them, who is this person funding them, supporting for the presidency in 2027? Is it Matiang'i? Is it Kalonzo? Let me give you a hint. The person alleged to be supporting or funding Linda Wananchi is supporting Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And in short, there is Jubilee force behind these guys. But the fact is, I could be wrong, but we are in politics, and mine is just to analyze for you so that you help us think through it, if it makes sense. So Uhuru is likely funding. Uhuru supports Matiang'i. You can see Matiang'i's guys in this camp. I don't know, but I'm looking at it from that perspective. But again, Irungu Kang'ata's move is also bringing into perspective the political equation in Mount Kenya. Who will Mount Kenya support in 2027? Granted, Rigathi Gachagua is the most popular. But Rigathi Gachagua, as at now, will not be on the ballot. Are they supporting Sifuna? Are they supporting Kalonzo? Or are they supporting Matiang'i? And I still stick with that opinion poll, which was conducted by Pauline Njoroge in their vernacular language on her official page. The guy who won popular votes in Mount Kenya was none other than Fred Okengo Matiang'i as the preferred. Which means Mount Kenya are in concurrence with the politics or the brand of politics of Rigathi Gachagua. But they're telling Gachagua a message that we cannot support you for the presidency. Or if we were to support you for the presidency, we will support your party, but someone else for the presidency. I don't know what you think. But maybe there's something which the mountain are demanding. And they are very strategic. There's beginning with Irungu Kang'ata. Then who next? Kimani Wamatangi. Who next? Ndindi Nyoro. After that, we'll start seeing many of them joining that camp. I don't know what you think. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.